Welcome back. Last time we concluded with the initial revelation of the Quran, and now we'll briefly discuss some of the names of the Quran and the question of translation. There are many names of the Quran, and they're all indications of the meaning of the sacred text. For an expanded discussion, see the chapter on the Quran in Ideals and Realities of Islam. Al-Quran means recitation. It comes from the same root as the very first word revealed to the Prophet, recite, Iqra. But it also has the meaning of gathering, of bringing everything together, of synthesis. Another name of the Quran is Al-Furqan. It's used in the Quran itself, and it means discernment, distinguishing wheat from chaff, truth from falsehood. It refers to that which gives us the principle to discern. Synthesis, Al-Quran, and analysis, Al-Furqan, are the two steps of all human knowledge. al-Kitab means the mother of all books. This refers to the Quran's place as a source of all knowledge, the archetype of all that is knowable. The roots or principles, not the details, of all knowledge are in the Quran. An extensive discussion of the significance of this title of the Quran for the Islamic understanding of knowledge can be found in Sayyid Hussein Nasr's Science and Civilization in Islam, which we'll return to when we discuss Islamic science. There are many other names of the Quran, but I'll mention just two more here. One is Al-Hidayah. This means the guide, the book of guidance, that which guides us through the journey of life. The last name I'll mention is Dhikrullah. This is the remembrance of God. It's impossible to read the Quran without thinking of God. This refers to a divine presence in the text, and it's one of the names that the text has given to itself. Muslims believe that the Quran cannot truly be translated. They believe its sacred presence and the layers of meaning contained in it cannot be transferred from one language to another. There's a vibration in the actual letters and words, and the presence of the divine. Arabic, like Hebrew, is a sacred language, a language in which God has said, I. Such elements cannot be translated into other languages. Even the patterns of the letters have remarkable interconnections that are impossible to transmit. Arabic words may be traced back to a verbal root consisting of 3 consonants, and specific words are formed from it by the insertion of long or short vowels and by the addition of suffixes and prefixes. For example, the root MLK, or Mim Lam Kaf, can be read in Arabic as Meleka, which means to own, or Melik, which means king, or Melika, which means queen, and El-Melik, or the king, which is one of the names of God, the King of Kings, so to speak. Similarly, Malak is the Arabic word for angel, and Malaika for angels. So these words are interconnected through the trilateral root system in a remarkably beautiful manner. But Arabic roots go even deeper in significance. If we rotate the order of the consonants, for example, starting with L followed by K and M, we have lekama, or to hit. And if we begin with K followed by M and L, we have kemula, or to perfect. What do all these combinations of the same consonants in different orders have in common? Power or strength. Roots, therefore, have a certain quality to them, a personality, or being in a metaphysical sense, because Arabic is the container of the word-made book. Even every letter in Arabic has a specific quality, a personality and being, but that subject is far too advanced for an introductory course like this. But I'd like to point out that even the orthography or shapes of the letters have meanings, which Doctors Ahmed Mustafa and Stefan Sperl have brought out in a magnificent 2-volume text entitled The Cosmic Script, Sacred Geometry and the Science of Arabic Penmanship. It's the only work of its kind in any European language, in case anyone is interested in further reading. Guy Eaton summarizes these linguistic issues beautifully on page 75 of Islam and the Destiny of Man. He states, "It is as though when one string is plucked, many others vibrate in the background." And it is precisely through such interrelationships that Tawheed, the unity which is the basic principle of Islam, finds expression in the midst of limitless diversity. According to Muhammad, there is no verse in the Quran which does not have an inner as well as an outer aspect, together with a number of different meanings, and every definition is potentially a source of enlightenment. In other words, the book is full of doors out of the prison of this world into the open. That's a remarkable quote. That's why the Quran cannot be fully translated. And the chanting of the Quran has the power to move souls, which cannot be conveyed in a different language. Next time, we'll conclude our discussion of the Quran by considering a few attempts at translation, looking at the role of the oral tradition and memorization of the Quran, its compilation by Omar, the third caliph, and conclude with a summary of its content.